Oh, that was quick. I pressed go live, and then when you're live, it usually takes a little bit of time to get going there. What is going on with my eyebrows? Oh my god, I'm not gonna. I don't know what is going on with my face today. Oh, hello. I don't know if any of that worked because it just suddenly I had like a Wi-Fi sign in the top left-hand corner of the screen. So I don't know if it was saying your internet's being weird. My internet is weird a lot of the time. We really need to get a different internet provider. That's the one. Hello, Chris, darling. You all right? Lovely to see you. It's been, I want to say, when was the last time I went? What all are you trying to do? Well, I'm going to get to that. Give us a minute. I'm trying to work out when was the last time I went live. It was like Thursday or Friday last week. Hold on. Because everybody hurts. When was the last time? What it says 1 week ago, which in fact YouTube isn't particularly 25th of March. So last Thursday, so 8 days after I was doing all those lives in a row. And then I've not done one for 8 days, which is the longest time in a few weeks. So yeah, well, basically, I've been doing Etsy stuff, trying to do it all, Chris. It's a little bit sort of trying to, it's basically running an Etsy shop or running a small business is, on your own. Hello, long hair, skinny-eyed toe. Lovely to see you. Is, when you're one person, it's a lot. Hi, Sandra, darling. Did your parcel arrive? It's a lot, right? I'd forgotten because I would usually do that little internet sign in the corner of is my internet, am I coming up sort of patchy or anything? Because the little Wi-Fi sign keeps popping up on the StreamYard thing as if to say your Wi-Fi is being iffy. We will see. If it drops out, then obviously I'll just stop this. But Marsha's here. Hello, Marsha. It's a lot running a thing. Hi, Kay. On your own. And when I was doing my Etsy shop as a side hustle, I would just do it whenever I'd have a quiet time with the hair and makeup, which is my regular job. I only did hair and makeup part-time. Hello, Aquarius Owl. Hello, Laura. Who we got? Oh, Sea Willow Herbs and Tarot. Oh, hi, Jennifer. You all right? See, I get distracted so easily. Oh my god, and I'm so tired. And that was it. I did hair and makeup part-time because that's all that my body can manage. But whenever I would have like a quiet stretch, which would usually be sort of in between the end of summer, sort of early autumn, and sort of just before Christmas, because then it would go like really busy at Christmas, and then January and sometimes a bit of February would be quiet for me. I'd have some sort of commercial work, but sort of the more like private clients and wedding work would really die down at that time of year. And then summer would be balls to the wall, but there'd be this weird bit of like August, which would tend to be quiet because I think a lot of people don't want to get married during a heat wave in England because we're not great with the heat, and also and then most people want to be on holiday. So I'd find I'd have several pockets throughout the year where it'd be quite quiet, and I would just sew some pouches and sell them, and it was like fine, and there wasn't this mad like them selling out in 4 or 5 minutes business. But now that I can't do hair and makeup because COVID. I mean, I do have friends who are doing hair and makeup, and I have had people inquiring about hair and makeup. I have said I'm not doing hair and makeup this year because COVID and because of my risks and my husband's risks. And I just don't feel safe. I basically look at what the government is saying, and then I go to like what actual epidemiologists, microbiologists, virologists, and those kinds of people are saying, and they're saying a very different thing to the government. So I'm like, I'm going to listen to the people whose actual job it is to know this shit, and not the government, especially a Tory government, because I don't trust them as far as I could throw them. I wouldn't even trust them as far as I could spit. Basically, these Tory bastards. Anyway, so. gone into a political rant already. It's been 4 minutes and 55 seconds and I've already gone into politics. I just can't fucking help myself, can I? Anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah, so now that I've been having this shop up and running, I've had the initial opening, reopening after a year, and I've done 2 drops, 2 restocks each Monday. I've got another restock coming this Monday. But yeah, I'd realized I've gone from not doing any like actual work for a year to doing all the work. And before I was doing hair and makeup part-time and like I'd sewing the odd pouch here and there when I had a bit of free time and just popping them up on my shop, and then they would sell whenever and I would just send them off whenever. But yeah, I just suddenly realized I've gone from no work to all the work all the time every single day, and I'm like, I'm on week 4 or 5 of the continuous like pushing myself, and my body's going no, you're gonna make yourself really, really unwell. So I have to be really careful I don't push myself into a flare up. But it wasn't meant to be doing all the things. I keep getting this low Wi-Fi bar thing. It's stressing me out. Am I coming up clearly, or am I glitchy? Because I don't know if my Tinterweb's being weird. But yeah, trying to do it all, it was more just generally just life, because can you tell I'm tired? I've already had like just 2 cups of tea this morning, and it's done practically nothing. But the reason, actually, I've just realized my microphone's not in the best position. There we go. And what I meant by, because I need to gather my thoughts, reel it back in, hang on. Because I have been focused on the Etsy shop and sewing and all the stuff that goes with that and buying supplies and things, all the other things that I want to do, including like trying to cook dinner, trying to make lunch and trying to do laundry. Oh shit, I've just remembered I meant to put a wash on. I've literally just reminded myself that I need to put, I'm going to put a whites wash on. I just remind myself of something else that I haven't done today. And it's just so... so I've just got a text from my husband. He's okay, cool. He's out at the moment. He'll be back soon. It's what was I saying? Oh yeah, like just basic stuff like trying to make sure that you get enough sleep, trying to make sure that you eat, trying to make sure that you like do the laundry so you have clothes to wear. And you know, my husband works as well, so we try to like share the responsibilities to like, but he's not great with cooking, so I generally do the cooking because he gets really, really stressed out and it takes him ages to cook anything because he goes really slowly and he like panics that he's not going to get it right. So he has a couple of meals that he can do quite quickly, but other than that, like, it's not a thing. So usually I'll cook, he washes up, he's the one that's been walking Nomster most of the time as well. You know, he usually is the one that's been doing the vacuuming, and then we sort of try to plug in the gaps where we can. But, you know, we both, he works full time. He works from home, but he's working full time. And I'd forgotten when you're like working really hard, like the house, like our house is already a pit anyway. Now it's like a mega pit of like just whatever. And that is just like the bare bones of like what you need to do each day to like adult. That is without all the other stuff that I want to do, which is like, I've just seen Elaine, Celtic Roots Tarot, come in. Hiya. You were asking me how was I getting on with my Antique Anatomy journaling thing, which I was so excited about, and set up all this journal, and I was just super psyched. And I've like actually not touched the deck like to do the journaling for about 2 weeks now, because I just don't have the time. And if I do have a little bit of time where I'm having a break, usually at night, I am so tired. The last thing that I have the like mental capacity to do is sit down and read, sit down and do some tarot study, sit down and do some tarot journaling, you know, do some more Lenormand study. Like, I just don't have the bandwidth. And that is without the other thing that I wanted to do, which started yesterday. I follow this artist called Roxanne Coble. I've just reminded myself as well, her shop was going to be restocked and I'd forgotten, and I don't want all the stuff to have sold out. Has it been updated yet? I don't know if her shop's been updated yet because she's in the east. She's on the west coast. It still says it's happening this week. Okay, it hasn't happened yet. I was like, I don't want to miss out on the sale of things. Anyway, she does this thing every April called the April Art Challenge. And I've never done it, and I wanted to do it this year. And yesterday was the first day, because obviously yesterday was the 1st of April. And I had literally no time to do the art prompt for that, which was mushrooms. So frustrating. I was so tired yesterday. I had some pouches that I needed to finish. So I finished the pouches, and I was having to like apply the ribbons and the little felt hearts that I used to hold the ribbon on. And I was so exhausted that I glued one of the hearts on wonky, and it annoyed me so much. Like I cannot, so basically, let me show you what I mean, right? I remade the whole pouch because I did this one thing, and I cannot bring myself to sell it because I like hold myself to the standard. So I'm going to show you, right? Let me get the one. I was like, do you know what? Fuck it. The one that I ruined, I will keep for myself. So it's not a complete waste. But right, okay. So let's get them out. And I've had 2 different charms. So the charm, I didn't have any of, this is the original one I made, right? Okay, this lovely cranberry color with a multicolored ribbon, brass colored, not brass, like antique gold pentacle. This is the second one that I made. I've just undone the ribbon, but it's got the same ribbon. And I only had the slightly smaller brass pentacle. So it's a slightly different size, but they're the same, essentially the same colors. So this is the one that I made finished yesterday and glued on incorrectly. I've put my centennial in it because my centennial's been in this like really crap bag for ages. But right, if you look at the heart, can you see the heart isn't central to the ribbon, like down the center of the ribbon? It's slightly to the side of the ribbon. Can you see the point of the heart? It's sort of here rather than in the middle. That annoyed me so much gluing it on. I was like, well, this is ruined. Can't sell that. So I cut a whole ass other fucking bag and stuck it where it's central. This is my brain, people. I mean, like, I can't. And especially as someone, I can't. You know, I used to work in garment tech at one point in the fashion industry, which is all about like quality control and standards and everything. So I think that level of like everything has to be to a certain standard has been really drummed into me. So yeah, so that's what happened with that. So I messed up that. And then some of the pouches that I make, I do little rounded edges rather than square edges, just to change it up a bit because I like the pouches to all be different. And I cut out a pouch. Which color was it? I think it was, which one was it? It was this one. This was the one. I cut this one out and I rounded the edges on one of the ends. Where is it? Where is the bloody thing? I don't know what I've done with it now. I've cut it down. That's why I rounded the edges on one of the ends. And then because I hadn't double checked, I'd rounded not the flap end, but I'd rounded the end that stitches to the corner. So now the pouch doesn't sew up together. So I've had to, what I'm going to do is cut it down and it will become a smaller pouch, a narrower pouch. But I'm going to use that. I worked out that my trimmed Chicoli, Nicoletta Chicoli. So I'm accidentally making pouches for myself. So then cut that one out again. And I was like, do you know what? I'm going to double check before I round the corner. So I had to do that. And then I was finishing off the pouches, the other pouches that I sewed yesterday. And I had my glue gun on and I'm doing all the ribbons and the hearts. And I switched and I'd like, oh, I've done them all. And I switched off my glue gun. It's all cooled down and I'm onto something else. And then I see another pouch just there to the side in front of me that I'd forgotten to apply the ribbon to. So I'm like, just like when you're tired, like you make more work for yourself. But so I'd missed one off. And because I had to remake a couple of pouches anyway, I was like, well, I'll fix that. I'll do that one when I when I put my glue gun back on this morning, which is what I did this morning. Anyway, So yeah, that whole, so yeah, there's just, how do people do everything? And I think I was having a, hang on, do you know what? I'm just actually going to have a look. This is me, just basically me ranting, an exhausted rant. Let's just go have a look at what people have said first of all. So Elemental Cartomancy, I saw Chris in there already, and not yet. Oh, you didn't arrive. Your package didn't arrive. How? But oh yeah, I guess Easter, but and COVID, I guess. But I sent it first class, signed for. Bastards. Not you. I mean the post people. Meow meow. Aquarius owl. Everyone's saying the picture seems fine, so that's good. You love my top. This, I've worn this loads. It's just a £5 sweater. It was like a fitted sweater, like it had, you know, like the band on the bottom, and I can't be dealing with that. So I cut it. So I cut under the ribs, did like a high-low thing, you know, when high-low was like a really big thing. So it like comes up on like its actual rib cage, but because I wear so much black, you can't really tell. But I love this jumper. It's just like a sweatshirt. It's the only like sweatshirt material sweatshirt I own. But yeah, I love it too. I like my skelly things. Skelly bear. Every Halloween I change my Twitter handle and I alternate each year. So last year it was Skelly Bear, and then this year it'll be Kelly Scare. I don't know, I just alternate it with that for the last however many years. Just the thing. Loads of people change their Twitter handles for reasons, I guess, for occasions. Butterfly Love Child, hello. We go into another strict lockdown tomorrow here in Ontario, Canada. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Kay. Just same as it ever was, right? This last year, I feel like we will be into another lockdown at some point. Well, it's what the virologists and what have you seem to be saying, if the government don't be sensible. You have to take care of you, Kelly. I know. Everyone's saying I was clear. Hope Mr. Bear isn't downstairs hogging the bandwidth. No, he's not. He's not working today because it's Easter Friday, Good Friday. What is it called? Good Friday. So he's not. Yeah, he doesn't hog the bandwidth when I'm live. I saw Elaine coming in. Meow. Let's see. I know what you mean. When I have a flare, I cannot do anything, which stresses me out. Right. And stress is one of my triggers. So I'm there trying to rest, but I'm stressed. That rhymes. And so I'm making myself worse. Claudia Gildas. Woo. Meow meow. Everyone's saying hello to everyone, which is lovely. Sorry, I was eating breakfast, so you could not say hi. That's all right. I'm outside having a picnic. Oh my god, bloody hell, Elaine, get you with fancy pants. Hello, Jackie, you all right? What if I could sell at a slight discount? I don't know, because I sold one pouch at a slight discount because I'd missed 2 stitches. That was the other thing. I'd made a pouch where like the stitches in 2 or 3 of the stitches on the lining hadn't gotten caught, and so I had to slightly glue that with a little bit of the glue that I use for the hearts. But because I couldn't, because it wasn't 100% perfect, I sold it at a slight discount. But that was once it was glued, it didn't look any different. Whereas with the wonky heart, that will bug me. I cannot, knowing that it's out there with my name attached to it, metaphorically speaking. I would like to get some labels at some point. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Little Kelly Bear labels stitched maybe into the inside or something, so you knew that it was an authentic Kelly Bear pouch, except no what you call it, what's the word when they say except no imposters or something? I don't know, not imposters, but you know what I mean. You will know it's an official one. If it really matters. The yellow one that is like your pink one, however, due to other things, I'm getting a different one. So if it's complex, but I did get one and I will do a video after I get them. Says, hey, some people can do everything, but most of us can't. So please take some time for a break. This Jen, I know. I will. You're here for more exhausted rant. Thank you, Elaine. Hello, Deanne, Blue Crescent Tarot. You're right, my love. And Claire, hi, Claire. Thank you. The Scully shirt is always gets comments. Oh, good evening, says Claire. So, what time is it where you are, Claire? Wood Thrush Cottage, Diane. Hello, happy Friday, happy Good Friday, isn't it? Good Friday today. It's almost oh, you're in Australia, of course. I forget you're in Australia, Claire. Stephanie's here. Hello, Stephanie. Bloody hell, there's a load of you. Sat, you're emerging, you're right. I just realised that you were live. Hello, everyone. Imitations, accept no imitations. Accept no imitations, folks. That's the one. Oh, I know, Claire. Did you get? I messaged you back on your Etsy message. And Michelle and Tarot, hello. Anyway, goodness me, I'm surprised how many people have you rocked. Okay, though, if it is Good Friday, less people will be working, I guess. So that makes sense. Meow. So yeah, there's so many things that I want to do, but I was having this discussion with Sea Willow, Herbs and Tarot the other day, like when back in the 50s and before, you know, women were the division of labor was men went out to work, women stayed at home and did the housewife thing, which is very limiting because there's nothing wrong with staying home and being a housewife and a stay-at-home mum, but that's if it's your choice. But women didn't really have a choice a lot of the time. And I think, you know, obviously options opened up. So what happened was that, you know, women entered the workforce and women are working alongside men. They're not getting paid as much, and they're still doing what's it called, the third shift, the second shift, or the third shift, what's the phrase, where women do the lion's share of the housework generally across the board. And so I think it's called the second shift or the third shift. My brain cannot remember anything lately. And you know, because our wages for everyone, men and women, and everyone, wages haven't risen in line with inflation. House prices have gone up. Me and my husband worked out a few weeks ago that when you, back in the 1970s, you would have paid something like 5% of your salary for a home, and now it's something like 30% or something ridiculous, not a salary, like what was the percentage? Anyway, basically houses have gone up something like 200%, and whilst salary has stayed the same. And so now you have couples where you have no choice, you both have to work because rent and mortgages are so high. Like, it's just, so then you're trying to do everything, and it keeps you on this capitalist treadmill where you're trying to work and you're trying to keep the house clean, but you're also trying to have time to socialize. Obviously at the moment that's a bit different, but we can still socialize online, right? We can, you know, do Zoom parties and what, chat on the phone and what have you. And then you're also supposed to like have time for hobbies, and it's like, it's such a like lie. It's there to make you keep trying to achieve and making you feel like you're failing if you don't, like, if you're not managing it all. And there's this whole idea of that women that have it all and you could have it all, and it's like, no, you cannot. What's that? There's that saying, you can do anything but not everything. And I have to keep telling myself that, especially when I have limitations that I need to consider with regards to my health. Like, I have to keep telling myself, you are not a spring chicken and you are not a fully healthy individual. You have to like cut yourself some slack. It's so frustrating. Like, it's already really tricky for me because I find I have so many things that I like to do. Most of them are within the realm of creativity, but that takes many different forms. So obviously I sew and embroider. I've been trying to do a bit more of that. But I also like to draw, and I like to paint, and I like to do paper crafting, and I like to read the tarot. But then there's like studying the Smith Waite, studying the Marseille. Now I'm studying the Thoth, which I haven't done for a couple of weeks as well because of all the things. So that's the thing. And I want to do this like art challenge, and then I also want to, there's like 12 million books I want to read, and you know, it's just like, and then all the dog needs to be walked, or there's just how, like, it's just exhausting. And I know I have an illness that causes me to become exhausted. But even so, like, I'm sure people who don't have chronic health issues also really struggle. I know they do because I hear it from my friends that are okay. Look at the sleepy little bean. I just realized, look at the sleepy bean. Her little nose is twitching. I think she's dreaming. Oh my god. Anyway, I don't know how to get anything done just with looking at her all the time. But yeah, look, Jennifer says, I need 5 of me, right? I need like that film Multiplicity with Michael Keaton. Just too many. But how do people, I'm sure you all can relate, because you're all tarot fiends, right? Even if you pick something just tarot, you can spend a lifetime working on tarot. That's without anything else. And about 5 years ago, I did a video called Tarot Overwhelm, where I bought a load of decks and then loads of books. And then I was like, oh my God, I should have just had like 1 book or 2 books. That's why when anyone I know says, like, I'm really interested in learning the tarot, what deck or books do you suggest? I always say, well, make sure you find a deck that you really like. And I try to tell them about the 3 systems. I don't know why I'm doing that. There are basic 3 general systems, or sort of, you know, Thoth, Smithwaite, and Marseille. And then I will recommend a couple of books according to that. And I usually recommend a guidebook and a workbook, and that's it. I might just get a guidebook so that you can read through, like a reading through book that's probably got some meanings in it as well. So, for example, something like 78 Degrees of Wisdom or Tarot Wisdom, those 2 books by Rachel Pollack are really good. I got Tarot Wisdom. I would like to get it. So I always look over there because I'm always looking at my tarot books, my bookshelf. And then and then a workbook. So what's a good workbook? I've got, actually, Learning the Tarot by Joan Bunning is a combination of a workbook and a meanings book. And I've got Tarot 101 there by Kim Huggins. That's a good one. Or buy a guidebook and like an online tarot course, a workshop or a workbook, something that you can work through, because I think I learn by doing. I know other people probably learn. Some people want to learn rote meanings off the top of their head, off the bat. I guess that's fine. We're all different, right? But that's just what I usually suggest. But like, yeah, I completely screwed myself 5 years ago when I was like, right, I'm really going to knuckle down with the Smithwaite system and really like dig into, just as my Smithwaite just right here now, you know, dig into all the symbolism. Oh God, I love this deck. The color in this is just so beautiful. And what everything means. But I just sort of like went a bit nuts for donuts and bought like too many books, too many guidebooks, too many workbooks, bought a couple of online courses, and I bought I had loads of Smithwaite based decks, and then I was just like, and I feel like I'm like that at the moment, but with everything, you know, that's without including the fact that we're in the middle of a pandemic. Like, just on top of all of that, on top of all trying to do all the things, on top of all the health issues, and then on top of that, it's like I said, I like to call it as a really shit cake, a really shitty layer cake. Anyway, well, I'm just going to have another look at the dooblies. The dooblies. There's comments. Mew, 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 mew. Mew, 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 mew. Mew, 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 mew. Mew, mew, mew. Mew, 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 mew. Mew, 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 mew. My fur baby's decided that I should get up at 4 a.m. this morning. Wow, Marsha, that is a lot. See, Nomi, she's pretty like, doesn't want to get up until it's breakfast time because she just likes to she's a snoogler. She's a real snuggle bunny. I got your message. I'll need to wait for your pouches. Yeah, sorry, lovely. I'm doing, Claire, I've got my next update again will be 4 p.m. UK time, so Greenwich Mean Time, Monday the 5th. No, yeah, Monday the 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the 5th. I was trying to work out the date. The 5th of April. Oh my God, can I get my words out? Yeah, sorry. And actually I will address that, because I have had quite a few messages of people asking if they can reserve pouches before the fact, before I put them up on the shop, because they do sell out really quickly. I mean, I put 12 up on Monday. Within 4 minutes, 8 were gone, and the remaining 4 were gone within the next 30 or 40 minutes. So it's still pretty quick. But the problem is, the reason that I'm not doing custom orders and I'm only making sort of average size pouches was to keep the process of running the shop as simple as possible without doing those custom orders and things and having to have all the things in stock. But then if I'm having people that want to reserve stuff, there's also a lot of work that goes in behind the scenes for me, having to make sure that I'm messaging all those people that want those pouches with all the photos, and then them deciding which ones they want and then getting back to me. And some people might want the same one, and there's a lot of navigating and a lot of replying back and forth with things. And then I'm having to go into the listings and change the listings to make sure that they're reserved, because you cannot actually physically reserve something on Etsy for someone. Then you have to trust that people are not going to accidentally or maliciously potentially purchase a pouch that is listed as reserved for someone else, and it just puts on a lot of extra stuff for me to do. And it's just, I'm already like stretched quite thin, because I sew the pouches, but that isn't all I do. I have to sew the pouches, I have to photograph the pouches, video the pouches, create edit the photos, edit the video, create the listings, attach all the photos and the videos. I need to make sure that I'm promoting them on social media all the time, which is a whole thing in itself, which is, my goodness, no wonder people have social media managers. I don't know if I'd ever reach that day. You know, and then there's the other side of things, which is of the running the shop, which is keeping the supplies coming in, making sure that I'm doing all the research and to get like you know, charms in at decent prices and getting those in, and all the business account side of things, and keeping stock take of things. Like I need to do a stock take of the ribbons that I have and the charms that I have, make sure I'm keeping on top of the fabrics that I have in stock and what colors I have, how much of it, and that's without the then making sure I've got packaging supplies. Like I almost ran out of packaging. I got an email from the company I'd ordered some recycled packaging saying that there was a delay due to Brexit, and that I wouldn't be receiving the package I was meant to be getting this week until the end of April. And I was like, well, I'm going to run out of packaging. So then I had to find somewhere else to just order a small amount of the same packaging, but obviously at a higher price because it's a smaller amount. It's a whole thing. And that's without then having to like package up the pouches and get to the post office and send them. You come back, I then have to go through all the receipts, mark all of them as complete, message all of the customers, put in the tracking numbers, all of that, and then yeah, there's a whole like I think I forget that I myself forgot it's not just sewing pouches, and that's without fielding like emails. And then you get emails on Etsy and people commenting on YouTube under the things about pouches, and then DMing me on Twitter, sending me DMs via Facebook, DMs via my phone makeup contact page. I'm not complaining, I should say. I'm not complaining. It's a wonderful problem to have. It's just, I am one chronically ill person trying to run a business from my really crap bedroom. And I am so like grateful that people really want my pouches. Like it's such a nice feeling, especially when I get messages from people saying they've arrived and which deck is being housed in those pouches. Like I love finding out what's being housed in them. Like that makes me super happy, like knowing that they've found a home and then a deck has found a home within those pouches. But yeah, I think what I'm getting at is I'm more telling myself this, I need to cool my jets a bit before I make myself really unwell. So I do the drop on Monday the 5th of April, and then the next drop, I think, is going to be 2 weeks after that. And it will probably be the same amount of pouches, but it's just to give myself a bit of breathing room, because last week I literally worked every single day doing stuff. So, yeah. And like I said at the beginning of the chat, sometimes when I'm tired, I mess up and I give myself more work because then I'm having to cut out pouches and redo them, which is like, nobody needs that, right? So yeah, there's a whole thing. I also actually wanted to make it clear, because the earrings that I made for my Etsy shop, they're still there, which I'm not surprised about, because people go to my shop for pouches, but my shop originally was accessories. That's what I make, hair accessories, earrings, that kind of thing, brooches. But I did put up one pair of pin earrings and one pair of ghosty earrings. But I should have made it clear, like, that those two pairs of earrings are not the ones that I have been wearing myself, because I think people might think that. I'm like, I wouldn't do that. That's gross. So I just wanted to let people know that here are the coffins that I made for myself. They're in a slightly paler grey, and these are hand stitched, which is why they're like a bit bobbins and unequal. These are the ones that I made for the shop. They're a bit smaller because these ones are huge, and they're a slightly darker grey, and this is a felt cross. And then these have just got like cheap hooks that I just still had lying around. These are the surgical steel hooks for them. And then these are the ghosties these are the original ghosties that I made. And then these are the ghosties that I made for the shop. But you can see, like, with this one, I stitched the hook straight onto the little ghosty, whereas with this one, I stitched a jump ring and then attached the hook to the jump ring. So it's got a bit more of a dangliness and it looks a bit more profesh. So yeah, I just wanted people, just to let people know, in case people were looking at them and was like going, and then being like, oh no, are those the ones that she wears? No, I wouldn't do that, don't worry. So yeah, I don't want to give up my ghosties. I want them for myself. I make things that I like as well, like that I want for myself. So I literally made these because I was like, this would be cute. And then I'm like, yes, this would be cute with this skeleton thing. And obviously the coffin one works as well, obviously, because, or you can mix it up, right? It'd be like a ghost coming out of a coffin. Oh my god, a ghost coming out of a coffin. That'd be a cute earring, wouldn't it? A little ghost coming out. Ooh. Anyway, I'm clearly delirious with exhaustion. Let's have a look at the chat. That's what I was doing. Side quest. Meow. Loads of people up. Do you know what? I know you were up at 4 a.m. I was awake until 1:30 a.m. because I couldn't sleep. I was awake again at 3. I was still awake at 3:30. I then woke up at 10 to 6, and that's when I've been awake. So I haven't worked out how much sleep that is, but it's not much. I know all the things, and I end up getting overwhelmed. Exactly, Sandra. Like, it's just, why do we do it to ourselves? This is right. I need to be a vampire so that I can live or an elf. But I feel like, you know, you kind of either born an elf or you're not, right? A Tolkien-esque elf that like lives for fucking ages. Oh, I'm back. I don't know what happened there. My internet has been really wonky. But yeah, so I need to be a vampire so that I can have time to do all the things. Although I'm watching The Strain, I'm on the final season and I've got a few episodes left. What episode am I on right now? Meow, meow. I'm just going back to Disney Plus. I am on season 4, episode 8, Extraction. Those are pretty nasty vamps. I wouldn't want to be one of them with the stinger thing. Like, they really made vampires horrifyingly gross and scary, unlike the sexy vampires that we sort of know more well. I was lucky and got Nomi kisses when Kelly and I met the last time. Yes, Sandra, you were the last person I saw in person before all of this drama of the pandemic, because the next day my husband came home sick from work and we had to go into shielding and, well, into quarantine, the pair of us. It turned out he just had a cold and I ended up catching it. But yeah, that was not fun. One book and one deck is a good way to go. Yeah, exactly. Oh, hey, Robin, you right, my love? Meow. Oh my god, I started off with one of the Sky Alexander books. I think it's called Everything You Need to Know About Tarot, and the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, because I really like the deck. The Crystal Unicorn Tarot is just the cutest. I do love. I've got it here. I've got because I've got all the pouches that I've sewn. I was photographing them, and I was like, I cannot be sitting down straight away to edit them. So that's why I'm going live. I'm procrastinating and ranting and just being tired. So yeah, there's 11 pouches going up on Monday. Mew. Speaking of donuts, I just got back from a brisk morning walk with a bag of donuts and a latte. Oh my God, that sounds amazing. I would love an oat milk, no, not a latte, an oat milk flat white, and just like a classic iced ring donut. That would be super right now. Oh yeah. I haven't had a donut since the pandemic started. This is unacceptable. No, tell a lie. I had some baked donuts when my mother-in-law sent us a cream tea. There were donuts, and my friend Meg sent me donuts at Christmas. I'm lying, but they're baked donuts. I mean, like a proper like fried donut rolled in sugar and cinnamon type thing, or like a glazed donut. Making myself hungry. Oh my God. This Wi-Fi thing keeps popping up, so like telling me that my Wi-Fi is not doing well. I love how you meow 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 to Beethoven. It's like a tick, the meowing. I know people mention it a lot. It's kind of a friend of mine posted it. I think I said this in the last live chat. There was a picture of me from like 2005, 2006 that a friend had posted up on Facebook, and it said it's meow meow bear. It's like, wow, I've really been doing it for a very, very long time. Pouches selling like donuts, says Robin. Yeah, what was it? My friend Simon. That's because when people who don't know Simon's at the Hermit's Cave, like my non-tarot friends, are going, my friend Simon, but you all know who he is. He said last time, he was like, oh, they've sold like hotcakes again. Maybe write everything down that you want to do, and then somehow I've tried that so many times, Jennifer, and I still end up I get decision fatigue, and I like freak out from all the choices still. Like I'm like, I want to do all of it still. Elizabeth, hello. Like butter melting in the sun. Like, oh, but there's more coming on Monday. I'm trying, I swear. What a lovely problem to have, hey? I can't complain. I'm trying to tell myself I need to take my foot off the gas a little bit. I need to go easy on myself. Because if I get sick and then I'm laid up in that bed for weeks on end, there's going to be hardly any pouches happening. So, and I don't want that because I'm enjoying making them so much. What do you use for packaging? I use Priory Direct. I don't know if I've seen have I seen Priory Direct website? Let me check, because I've looked into eco packaging, and some of them, oh yeah, I did look into them. They did come up as, was it them? I don't know if it was them. Oh no, it's not them. There was a different eco-friendly packaging, I think. I can't remember the name of it. But my problem is, like, as a very tiny business, it's very difficult to like choose options because obviously they're more expensive generally. So then it's trying to like manage the cost. So I ordered these. They're actually right by me, the emergency supply of Jiffy bags, but I've bought the Jiffy green, because usually I have these ones. Hang on. My disco ones, the holographic ones, which I bought about 5 years ago when I first opened. Well, first was going to, 2016, I think it was, 2015, 2016. I was like, I'm going to open a shop. But obviously they're like, is it foil or is it plastic? I don't actually know. I think they're plastic. And then they've got the bubble wrap. These are the 16.5 by 16.5 centimeters. And I can usually get a couple of pouches in there. But I ordered the green ones. They're like padded with recycled filling. My concern with these, though, that I'm a bit worried about is them getting wet, because I don't know how secure it's going to keep the pouches, because if they get wet, they're going to, if it's just water, I mean, I'm hoping they'd be okay. They'll just dry off, but you don't know. And then because I wrap them nicely in tissue paper, will the tissue paper spread the colour onto the pouches if the tissue paper gets wet? So it's really, really tricky. And then I realised, well, this will fit up to 4 pouches in probably, and it's classed as a large letter, so it helps me to keep the shipping costs down a bit. But then I still need like smaller ones of envelopes for, you know, people that just order 1 pouch. I don't really want to send a big ass, so I still need to order smaller ones for people that just order 1 pouch. They don't seem to do jiffies in this kind of size, but I'm sure there's something that's a bit similar. And then obviously if people start buying earrings and you know, my brooches, there'll be some brooches going up, then like I can't be, even that's a bit big. I need like even smaller ones. It's like, oh my God. What do I, you know, I need to work out what I'm packaging these on, because I just used a little bit of cardboard with the holes punched, and I just stuck them on the back with the, because obviously you have to have the ghosts. Look at this. I did ghosts on the back of the ghosts. and on the coffins, I've got little dancing skeletons holding it back, because obviously what goes in there. Such a fucking spooky nerd. But I had this is my spooky credentials, because I've had those tapes for ages, those washi tapes. But yeah, so then I need to work out like the backing boards that these will go on officially once I start making more earrings. Everything's so like overwhelming. I think I've sort of gone, oh my God, what am I doing? If this is going to be my full-time thing going forward, it's a really steep learning curve, and it's a lot, right? To switch up your plans if you need to, because of how you might be feeling. Well, I've always done that, Jennifer. I've always had to. That's why I work part-time, and I've always kept myself flexible, because I have to be able to listen to my body. Of course, there are some days where I would have a photo shoot and I'm feeling rough and I have to go to the photo shoot. I can't not go unless I'm literally like throwing up or I'm dizzy and I cannot stand up. And there's been a couple of times where I've had to get one of my colleagues, one of my friends, to take my place. It happens rarely, because usually, knowing that I've got a job, I rest up enough leading up to it, and I make sure I've got time built in after the fact to be able to accommodate any flare up or anything that would happen, any post-exertional malaise, that kind of thing. So I've always been managing and pacing myself, but it's just all of a sudden opening this shop up again, it's sort of like really gone a bit bananas, and I'm like, I need to be better at telling myself to just calm my tits. I have trouble never knowing how I'll feel waking up, so I try not to make plans. It's so tricky, isn't it, Marsha? Going with the flow is hard. It's a cottage industry, indeed. The ghosts are cute. I love the ghost. Quality control. You got 3 hours of sleep as well, Jennifer. Oh, bless you. Is there such a thing as a vampire elf? I don't know, but how cool would that be? I'm sure there's someone's created a vampire elf somewhere in Fantasyland. Jennifer doesn't remember the last time she had a donut. You could wrap them in wax paper. I wonder if that would be waterproof, though. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's a good idea. But then it's getting all the bloody wax paper in as well. Do you cut out your felt shapes with scissors or a blade? What felt shapes do you mean? These I cut them out with scissors purely because using a rotary blade, because of the sharp angles on the pattern, it's not like going round a garment pattern using or cutting straight lines or quilting, which I would usually use my rotary, but I use my fabric shears. I bought these at the London College of Fashion college shop in 1999 when I started my degree. These have been with me through my entire fashion career. I use my fabric shears for that, and I'm much better. I have much more control with scissors. Everyone who knows, when I do deck mods, I don't use a guillotine. I use scissors because I was a pattern cutter for years and years and years, and I just got very, very handy with scissors. I'm the best with scissors over using a scalpel or a box cutter or a rotary. So I always use scissors. Even my little hearts, the little hearts that I cut out, I cut those out by hand, which is why they're all different sizes and slightly different shapes. But that's part of the charm of buying something that's handmade, completely handmade from beginning to end. It's all, there's a little idiosyncrasies. Can I speak today? Oh my God. Idiosyncrasies inconsistencies, whatever, is part of the thing, right? The appeal. No, I mean the earrings and the brooches. No, these are all cut by scissors, because could you imagine trying to use a rotary cutter around a heart? I could probably use a rotary cutter around those, but honestly, it'd be quicker for me to use scissors on those, and much less fabric waste because of the way that the rotary cutter slice. But yeah, so those little faces are hand embroidered on. That's all hand embroidery. I didn't hand embroider those because I wasn't thinged enough, but that's a felt cross on top. That all the little goop, I hand cut that out. I made the pattern for it and hand cut those out. So yeah, it's all handmade. I think the hearts would need to be cut with a nice sharp pair of shears. Yeah, I do. I use my super sharp fabric shears. Are we talking spoons of energy? Yeah, spoons of energy, just whether it's mental or physical, I guess. Do you cut out? Oh, I've already read that one. Hello, Candy. Washi tapes. I think I've read that one. Yeah, these are really sharp, and they're perfectly balanced to my hands. I've got so many different pairs of shears. I've got these ones are my fabric ones, and then I've got different ones for pattern cutting. So I've got paper cutting ones, card cutting ones. I've got pinking shears. I've got my small. Actually, where are those? That's a good point. I have like these short bladed paper cutting shears that I used for doing intricate pattern cutting when I used to work in fashion design and development. Where are they? That's a good point. I'm like, where did I put I think they're in here. I've used them for so long, so I don't really know. These are my see, they're the short little see how nubby they are. So when I would be pattern cutting, there'd be some like getting around little corners or little certain shapes on garments patterns. So I'd use these ones. More plan. God, this takes me back. What else is in here? Fabric. I've got my notches, my pattern notches, industry standard. Oh my goodness. Box cutter. I forgot I had this Stanley knife. Goodness. Oh, these are my proper fancy ones that I used to use. They need oiling. My original pair of, actually, I think these were the ones I got from Eastman Staple. Anyway, this is probably really boring for you. Sorry. Oh, there's my long-nosed wire things. There we go. Anyway, I've just found the what's that? I've just found the pattern, the stencil for my heart brooches. Where's the goo? There's all sorts of stuff in here. Sewing machine needles, pins, machine oil, sewing machine feet, all sorts of sewing machine feet. Ooh, my tracing wheel. Everything's got a little bit of blue nail varnish on it, because when you work as a pattern cutter, you have to make sure people know whose shears are which, because sometimes people have the same brand as yours, but if someone tries to cut something with your shears, it's going to get unbalanced. That you don't want other people, because people cut differently to you. I know that sounds like really thinged, but people are really like superstitious and precious about their shears in the fashion industry. But also sometimes people try and nick your notches, or they're trying to like nick your tracing wheel. And if you had a bit of nail varnish on it, you'd be like, that is mine. Did I even do it on I don't think I did it on this, because everyone knew. I know I did. Look, Kelly Bear. This has been on here since 2004. No one touched this measuring tape at work because they knew it was mine, because it was chunky and it was pink, and it's actually the measuring tape that is tattooed onto Mimi. She's faded now, but this used to be a lot more pink, and it was literally, this was because I was known, I would walk at work, I was known to walk about. This is how I'd like this with my little measuring tape so that it didn't slide off. And there'd be times where I'd like work I like work late, and then I would get on the tube, and people would be staring at me. I'm like, what are they fucking staring at? And I'd look down, I'd have my coat open, then I'd still have this around my neck. They're probably like, what a weird accessory. It wasn't accessory. It was just, I was so exhausted. I left work and forgot to take my measuring tape off. I just like to say good times, but it was really bloody stressful. I'm going to put those ones. I'm glad I found those. I can pop those in my there. Anyway, what the hell? I've been on for nearly an hour waffling. Well, some might say complaining and being an ungrateful poo head, but I don't mean to sound ungrateful about all the amazing stuff. And I actually was going live to talk about the fact that because I've been so busy with Etsy stuff, I haven't been able to do other things. But even when I'm not busy with Etsy stuff and I'm like balls deep in like tarot study, I get so like hyper focused that I then, to the detriment of everything else, that then I'm like, oh, but I haven't done any of my like drawing, or I haven't done any of my like sewing, or it's like I feel like my brain like can only like focus on one thing at a time. Otherwise I just get, well, you see, I get distracted so easily. I have to just, go harder, go home. All right, there we go. Pop that back up there. Anyway. So yeah, how do other people manage like all the things that they want to do? Do you as tarot people just find that tarot is like your main like hobby or thing, and and you're not really interested in other stuff? Or do you also find like me where you're just like, it's just, why do I like all the things? Yeah, the pink goop, I pressed type. Yeah, that one I just used little bubble scissors to get into the tight corners. But I'm pretty handy with a pair of scissors, I have to say. That's just literally years and years and years of having to cut stuff out all the time every day. Do they make them with different cutting shapes for edging? Yeah, for pinking shears you can get different shapes, Robin, usually for paper crafting, but if you're using fabric pinking shears, these are my fabric ones. I've got a paper pair somewhere as well, because never use paper scissors, never use your fabric scissors to cut paper or card, people. So these are my fabric ones. They need sharpening really, but I don't have people to come sharpen my blades anymore. Where I used to work, we used to have someone who would come around and sharpen all our blades professionally. But yeah, classically for sewing, you just get these. But if you've got an overlocker, you don't need to do that. Although my overlocker is probably broken. It's so old and it needs a service. It's not been used for ages. Overlockers are a ball's ache to fucking thread up. I have my mum's pinking shears. They're a bit dull but still make a cut. Oh, that's good. You're constantly dropping plates. Oh, you mean as in like you've got all the plates spinning? I thought you meant like literal plates, because I was going to say me too. I'm so clumsy. I like have broken so many of our collection of plates that we've had at home that we actually had to buy another set, and then now half of those are gone as well. And bowls and mugs and just, always breaking things. What a cute little Nommy donut pillow. I wish I could curl up tightly to sleep, right? Oh my god. Oh, you moved, Boobily. You moved. Hey, you're awake. You're not sleeping. Would you like to say hello? Would you like to say hello to everyone? Would you? Come down, Boobily. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, you want a tummy? She's like, rub my belly. Oh, there we go. Come say hi. Come on, Mummy, rub your tummy afterwards. Come on, Boobily. Oh, come say hi to everyone. Bonus dog content before I sign off, because I'm going to need to go and do some Lunchables. Say hi. Hi. Oh, you want a biscuit? Oh, what we got for the boo-boo? Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, the chat stopped. I don't know if it's because no one's posting, or if it's I'm no longer able to see it, because that happens sometimes. Oh, yum yum. Is that nice? Is that nice? You're so beauty. You're so beauty. Say hi. Hi. Yeah, I don't know if the chat stopped. Actually, a way to check that. Oh no, it's come up again. Oh, cool. Everyone's like, hi, Nani. My mum held my overlocker and sewing machine hostage when I moved out. No, Satya merging. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm also constantly dropping metaphorical plates as well, Candy. I don't know how you do it, Candy. I'm always so impressed because obviously you do like your beautiful art and your sort of bits and bobs around the home, making your home look so cute. And you've got the kids as well and the dogs. Like you're like amazing. I don't even know how you sort of manage. Life can be tough, right? Adulting. Like today I had so much to do. I'm sitting here chatting, like, and I still need to get these photos uploaded, edited, the listings created. In fact, I was going to film all of the pouches in order to put the video listings, because Etsy says put videos on your listings, because people like to see their pouches in action. But I don't know how worth it is for me to do it at the moment, because they've been selling out so quickly. I don't know if people are even watching the videos, and also I'm just so tired that I'm like, it's just one more thing that I need to do, and I think I might just not do it this time round because I need to just get the listings done. Oh no, hey boo boo. Oh, you're so cute. Worth waking up for a treat, she says. Mom, yeah, you want another one? Hang on, I've got my hand stuck in the box because I'm trying to do it one-handed. Hang on. Wait. Yeah, that's the thing, Jennifer. I was going to say, whenever I've come off of these live chats, I've actually felt really energized. So that was my thinking. Oh, hang on, come here. What are you doing? Oh, yummy. Oh, you sit nicely for mummy. Oh, yummies. Yummy in your tummy. Yummy in your tummy. Yeah. I can't remember what I was saying before this because I'm just distracted by how cute you are. You're so cute. Oh, that was it about the video listings. So yeah, I'm just not going to do the videos on the listings this time round for Monday's update, because then I can just get on and do the promo. And I've made a rod for my own back because I've been doing those look like mini commercials for my each shop drop restock, but I don't know how long I'll be able to manage to keep that up for, to be honest. So yeah, because I'd like to actually have some chill out time this weekend. Oh, Boo Boo, you show everyone your beautiful face. Oh, you're so lovely. Yeah, you make me dizzy guessing which hand has the treat. She just gets so excited. She doesn't sort of give me a minute to sort myself out. But yeah, I've been on for an hour now. I cannot believe I've just chatted for an hour about nonsense as always. But yeah, I hope you were all... yeah, an overlocker is a serger, Robin. We call them overlockers over here in the UK. So yeah, I hope you were all managing to spin those plates and not nearly not dropped on me. I had my foot resting on a box and it gave way underneath my feet, which is to be more careful. Hang on, let me just push that back. There we go. Because I'm too short. My legs are I'm too short to reach the floor of my desk with my chair because my desk is quite high. So then my feet dangle. So I have to have a box to put my feet on. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh my god. Can you remember what I was saying, Nomi? Dr. Nomi? Can you remember? Oh, I can't remember what I was saying. Bloody hell, what was I saying? My brain is just trash. See what I mean? I can't remember what I was saying. No, it was gone. So yeah, I'm just going to sign off because yeah, I need to have some Lunchables and get cracking with these listings, getting them all up, and then I can have some rest this weekend with the Mister. Yeah, I'm not going to say the DADDY word because she'll go bonkers and be like, "Where is he? He's out at the moment. He'll be back soon." Yeah. Oh my god! Don't look worried. Anyway, sorry, I'm just talking to my dog. So yeah, oh, thanks, Diane. Yeah, I'm really proud of those little commercials that I've made. I think I'm going to try and do one this weekend, but I think unless I do like a really big, like extra large drop of things, I probably will just post like a poster rather than like a whole ass video every single week, because that in itself is quite a bit of work. It's been quite fun because it's been helping me get to grips with the editing software, because I'm not very good with editing, but it's been helping me learn that and get some sort of confidence with that. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, thank you for being here. I didn't mean for this to be complaining about, you know, running an Etsy shop. I'm enjoying myself. It's more me trying to be mindful, remind myself that I have to be very careful with regards to overworking, especially as I've very deconditioned having not worked for a year and then suddenly gone to working all the time. It's not good for me. I need to there needs to be a bit more balance, and I need to sort of learn to switch off a bit more, even if I'm like trying to sit and eat dinner with my husband and like not trying to brainstorm in my head. Like, I need to be more present as well so that I can enjoy some downtime. But yeah, wishing you all, if you celebrate Easter, I wish you a very happy Easter. And if you don't, well, and you have today off and Monday off because it's bank holidays, well, enjoy it anyway. I hope you're all keeping safe and keeping well. And oh, Satya says you weren't complaining, you were sharing with friends. Yeah, but I also want to be very real about the fact that, like, let people know that I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying, like, I'm so excited. I've got a massive box full of fabric to the side of me of different colors. Yeah, it's been really fun to play with some colors that I've not had before. Like this sort of deep cranberry color I've got here, this lovely sort of camel color, this really dark navy I've not had before, a really beautiful peach color I've got here. That's been really fun, like coming up with different color combinations with colors I've not used before, and like getting to match up charms that I've not had before has been really fun. So I'm enjoying it. I just need to, it's just trying to find a routine that works and a balance. And I guess that's only going to take time. That, you know, will only happen through doing and working out what I can and can't physically and mentally manage every single week without burning out. But I'm so grateful for those of you that have been supporting my small shop, and for those of you that are messaging me saying that they really would like some. I'm really sorry I'm not offering custom orders at the moment. I'm really sorry that I can't sort of provide reservations and things like that at the moment. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep this as simple as possible for me to keep my stress levels down in order to just try and keep this shop running without getting sick or sicker. Aline, hello. Box under the table as well. Yeah. It is Good Friday, Robin. So I've been saying goodbye for about 7 minutes now. So I'm actually going to say goodbye. Nommy, do you want to say goodbye? She's like, what, Mummy? Do you want to say goodbye? You want to say goodbye to everyone? What's that? Say it over there. No? Not a clue. Not a clue. You all take care of yourselves. Stay safe, and I will speak to you soon.